Okay, it's April 22nd, 2023, and I am currently right, well, not necessarily right, because the traffic is crazy and it's long bumper to bumper. It'll be interesting to see how long it's going to take me to actually cross the American border from where I'm going towards Calexico, which is the first city in Mexico. I'm so distracted because somebody is like literally talking to me while I'm doing a recording, and they don't give a fuck. They're gonna hustle, as if you stop talking and you pay attention to them, then you're gonna buy something. No, I can see you. If I'm continuing to talk while you're standing right next to my car, maybe it means I'm not interested. So anyway, I feel like now I'm addressing them to you, and they're so pissed with me because I'm ignoring them. I'm not ignoring them. I am doing something else. I feel like if I am I already gave somebody $1 anyway. I'm just like so frustrated, I think, and I was just flustered more than anything else. This is how it went. I came from San Felipe, also here in Mexico. It's a 2.5 hour drive from the Mexican border, Mexican Californian US border. I'm sorry if I'm not making sense. You will be fine. You will get over it. Hopefully you're not having as crazy a day as I am. And if so, at least you can be mad about me being distracted and not worry about your own real life issues. So I had about 80 something miles, gallon, whatever, worth of gasoline in my car when I left San Felipe, which is 2.5 hours drive, like I said, from the Mexican border. Not the Tijuana side that a lot of people usually talk about. That's close to San Diego, but this one is close to a city called Calexico, like I said. Now, which is, somebody used their brain cells when they came up with that name, right? Calexico, which is the border of Mexico and California. Come on. So I drove with remembering that I only arrived here yesterday. So I'm like, I remember seeing a lot of gas stations. So let me just drive a little bit. I'm so used to being a truck driver where I would either get gas from where I stayed overnight, whatever truck stop I would have stayed overnight, I'll get gas there before I leave. Or if I'm pressed for time and I need to get started, then I would start and drive as far as I can with the little bit of gas I have, and then stop for gas. So I don't have internet in these parts. We had Wi-Fi at the place where I was staying, my Airbnb. So I put my location as the final destination. I put the American border as the destination, second to last destination, American border, whatever. And then before that, I put a Chinese restaurant. Look at me, all international. I'm South African. We're talking about China, Mexico, and America. So I put the Chinese restaurant because Mexicali. Wow, Mexicali and Calexico. What the fudge? I literally just realized now that it's the same thing, Mexicali and Calexico. You either start with California or you start with Mexico, right? Those are the two countries bordering each other. So home, final destination, border, second to final, Chinese restaurant, and where I was coming from. Now let's go. I just get out of town, San Felipe, and then there's nothing.
Head northeast.
And nothing. You shut the fuck up. So pissed at this fucking lady.
Then turn left.
Oh, please, lady. Now you want to talk? Then I drive, and then I'm like, okay, my target is getting to the Chinese restaurant in Mexicali before noon, if I can help it. Then I keep having to remind myself, that's not the first place you're going to. The first place you're going to is a gas station. All right, so I drive and I drive and I drive. No gas station. There is not a single house, not a rest area, not a nothing for miles, tens of miles. Nothing. And then I had 30 something miles worth of gasoline left. And then the light came on. I'm about 50 miles away from Mexicali. That's the next town. I don't really remember it being such an open road. Wow, that guy, who's gonna let him in front? Because they better not fucking let him in. Somebody accidentally took, there's 2 lanes towards the border and only one is working today. So somebody seems to have taken the second lane. I know they're not gonna come in front of me, and I'll explain to you why in a second. I miss the days when you could do that, but I don't want to get, shot or anything like that. So, here is a story that I haven't told you. On my way to Mexico, just yesterday, it was my first time crossing the border in a car, like driving. I have been to Mexico before, last year, exactly the same time. I parked right at the border in Tijuana. Not Tijuana, well, I was going to Tijuana, but I parked at not San Isidro, the other one, right next to San Isidro. The San Isidro one is the one that's more popular. San Isidro, I think, is a city in San Diego or whatever, San Diego County. There is another entrance right in that vicinity, which is what probably you want to check as well when you compare whatever it is that you're comparing. I used the other entrance because it turned out to have cheaper parking. So I go wherever, the money is good. And just for your information, it's 2023. It was 2022 at the time in April, and it cost me $10. Shoot. I think it was $10 period, and I parked for 3 nights. Oh man, I can't remember now. I know it was not $30. So who knows? But I think it was like, I don't know, $5 a night or whatever. Overnight, like 24 hours, it was $5, I think. So, and they shuttled me, not just me, but that's what the service they offered. It's a truck stop. So when you're looking it up, you want to find something that looks like, there's a lot of truck stops there for obvious reasons. This particular one also offers regular car parking, and I think it was around $5 per. I'm sorry that I don't quite remember it. I'm a bit flustered still, but I'll be okay in a bit. So they shuttled me to the actual border, which was less than 10 minutes drive, and then you just walk across the border into Tijuana and take an Uber there. You don't have to take an Uber, you can take a bus or whatever. We'll do another blog about that. Now, back to today. Back to yesterday. When I crossed yesterday, I drove for less than an hour, just under an hour, and then a warning light came on. I'm still on this like high deliria or whatever of, oh my God, I'm actually in Mexico. What the fuck? I can't believe I'm driving Mexico, right? It's like exciting. You gotta pay attention. The cities' names are, some of them are familiar, obviously, because you did your research, but at the same time, it's not telling you stop. It puts alto, which obviously we know that it's stop because it's a red universal stop sign. And it's just like a culture shock, but you don't have time to digest it. It's all happening at once. And then, of course, you go out of the city and now you're on the open freeway. The roads are normal. All around the sides, it looks like where I live, like a desert, like it's open, regular desert. The roads are good condition. It's just driving regular trucks. A lot of the company names I'm familiar with, having been a truck driver in America, because we're so close to the border, right? And the warning light came on, and I'm like, oh, this is not something that I foresaw. I thought about anything but being broken down. I was like, okay, it's a flat tire. I drive a Fiat 500. The ones that don't come with a spare tire, they come with a thing that punches the air, that you, like a compressor type thing, but mine's broken. And that compressor thing also has a second option where, fudge, right? Turn off my engine? What the hell? Where you turn on the thing and you put the second other thing if you have a punch, like a hole, and it will patch it temporarily until you can go somewhere more or less 30 miles or so to fix your car. Fine. I have one in my car. It worked maybe twice. It does not work anymore. And I'm in so much denial about that I haven't thrown it away, and it hasn't worked in more than a year. And I'm just in denial. I'm like, I mean, why wouldn't it not work all of a sudden? Surely there's a way to fix it. But when you go online, I guess I don't know what to look out for in order for me to find solutions. But I'm like, this thing looks like it's intact. Maybe there's a fuse or something. So that was me arriving in Mexico yesterday. I had a breakdown. There was nobody on the road. I can't remember how far the city was. I saw a lot of tire places, but now I'm thinking, should I find a way to cross the freeway and drive back? And I was like, you know what? I've seen this light before for a tire. I think I'm gonna turn off the engine. This is crazy, dude. For as long as I've been talking, I've been standing in the same spot for 10 minutes. So I'm like, you know what? And, let me put a white light around myself so that I don't attract anything negative towards myself just by talking about this and focusing on it. Amen. And so I'm like, do I drive back? If I drove back, how far back would I have to go? How much more time and miles am I adding? Because I'm so tired. The night before I had gone to Joshua Tree, and I did a lot of hiking, a lot of excitement, and then I camped outside. We'll talk about that story some other time. So now I just want to get to Mexico, maybe have something to eat. I hadn't eaten yet, and I was going to have driven 5 hours. I drove about 3 hours from where I was to the border. It's going to be 2.5 hours. You see, total about 5.5 hours ultimately. But I just want to get where I'm going, and then maybe take a nap or go and eat. But now I got this new problem of a flat tire. And I'm like, it's probably the same tire that had a problem before, and I just kept putting air in it because I didn't see any issues. And I don't put air like every week or whatever. I'll put air like once every few months. So I'm like, maybe it's got a very slow leak. I don't know. Or maybe it's just because I don't drive it so much and the car is just sitting there. I don't know. Ignorance is bliss. I drive fast. I just want to get where I'm going. So I'm driving 80 to 90 miles per hour. Then something says to me, hey, boo, just pull over. Just pull over. And at least have a look at what is wrong so that you know what you don't know currently. I pull over. I'm almost driving on my rims. This is not some slow whatever. This is happening. I need to replace the tire pronto. I'm thinking to myself, you've got to be kidding me. Now, how do I visualize and positive think my way out of this? I'm like, okay, it's not like I can pick up the phone, call AAA, okay? We're not in Texas anymore. What is it? We're not in Kansas anymore. So I drive a little. I'm like, can I drive 2 hours with this? I'm like, no, you're being ridiculous. No, you can't drive 2 hours with this. You're driving on your radio. You want to fuck up your whole car? I'm like, shit. I'm trying to imagine something like, who am I going to speak to who speaks English on this freeway where I'm not trying to. The last thing I ever wanted to do is to pull over on the freeway, period. If I'm just driving, then I'm just driving. But it's just me driving. Nobody can tell sometimes who's in the car unless they're trying to target me or they're looking for somebody, etc. But if you pull over and you walk out and with a woman's body and boobies and all that, now you can make yourself a target even if you wouldn't have. I hate to sound negative and say stuff like that, but I'm just saying, right? If you want to be incognito, you don't pull over on the side of the freeway. Even when I find it pulled over, I try to every once in a while there'd be somebody's property, and then every once in a while another house, etc. I would try not to stop right in front of a house, because a lot of these houses have like trees in front of them. So I don't know if there's somebody hiding behind the tree. Like, I don't know. Shit. So I drove just a hair, just with my hazards on, because now I know what's going on. Like, I can't pretend like I don't know at this point. And then I pull over. You're not gonna fucking believe it. As I pull over, right across the street from me, there's another car that's being worked on. At this point, I'm like, is this suspicious? Is this a scam? Or is this really happening? And they signal for me to make a U-turn. We're on the freeway, but we're in Mexico, so I'm going to make a U-turn on the freeway. Like,
Head south.
I'm kidding. I would have made a U-turn on the freeway in America too if I'm broken down and I see people. Are you joking? So sorry for that sound. So I turn around, and then please keep going and stop me under shade.
In a quarter mile, turn right onto West 2nd Street.
I need this lady to stop talking, to be honest, because like, I'm good. We're not moving here, so for you to be all of a sudden want to be a GPS at this point, yeah, my phone's not really working today, so now I don't really know what's going on now. I'm trying to turn off the GPS, but I don't really know what's going on. And also, I don't want to record if I'm not recording, because I still got issues with my voice. I have to pace myself with my throat. Pardon the pun. Okay, this is hope. What is it? Promising, because I can see the border from where I am, so that's giving me hope. Now, I make a U-turn, right? And now I'm in front of people who are fixing a tire in front of a tire shop. So I already talked to this guy. No, thank you. I literally already had a full conversation with this guy and told him I'm good, and he was like, okay, $25, okay, it's $15, okay, it's $10, all on his own without me negotiating. And I'm thinking, if you don't fuck off with this gambling shit that you're pulling when I am having a day over here, like, who comes next to your car and tells you $25, okay, $15, okay, $10? Why are you giving it to me for $10? Why did you start at $25? That is not even 50% off. Like, stop. Those things are sold at the Dollar Tree anyway. Like, I have them at home. And I have a big sun thing. It's the sun things that you put on the little window. Anyway, I go over there, and the guy says, there's a guy whose car they're working on. A lot of Hispanic males. So there's like 5 of them. I don't know who's with whom, whatever. And he says to me, the owner of that car says, I had a problem right where you had it too. I was like, what? Whose tire shop is this? Because at this point, I'm like, are they sprinkling things? Is it a scam? Are they sprinkling things around the freeway in that vicinity to make business for themselves, right? And I'm the one. I'm the spaghetti that's stuck to the wall. So we're moving bit by bit. And the car under the shade is not moving. He's like, if you all think that I'm gonna fucking move just one car and park in the sun for 10 minutes when I can stop in the shade. I get it, dude. I get it. So they finish this guy, and then they start me. Turns out all 4 of those guys, except the teenager, are together. They all leave. Actually, when they finished with his car on the side of the freeway, where I'm stopped right behind him on the side of the freeway, when they finished with his car, then he drove into the yard. I was like, oh man. And they said, follow me. I was like, great. I'm being human trafficked. Because why is this guy whose vehicle just got finished is going into the premises? I'm thinking, yeah, let's go. Okay, whatever. I'm not, you know what I mean? You're trying to suss the situation out. It's one of me, female, and 5 dudes who all look Mexican. Give me a break. Even if they didn't look Mexican, but I'm just saying, it's 5 dudes and me. So we go inside. I'm just like praying to the ancestors at this point. And I hear them talking about compressor, and then he puts gas into a compressor, and I'm like, okay, he's gonna put air. And the driver is friendly, so he's like talkative, but I'm still being careful. At least I'm trying. Like, what care can I be full of in this guy's premises at this point? Like, they're gonna press a button, shut the gate, God forbid, and then what? So they finish him and everybody leaves. The relief that I felt when it was just me and this teenager, he was so great. Long story short, he fixed my tire, charged me less than $10. My budget was 10, because I know people pay about $10 in my area, which is expensive, because some areas they do it for free. But we're not in Kansas anymore. Then that was the thing that happened to me just as I entered Mexico yesterday. So now I'm leaving Mexico and I have no gas. I'm thinking to myself, I had, just so you know, the best time during this trip, including the tire thing. The tire thing is a positive because all of it was fixed within an hour. From the time that I found out to me being back on the road was just an hour or maybe just under. So that's a gift in a foreign country by yourself, when one moment before that you had no idea what you were going to do. You didn't even know what the real problem was. No thank you. So I was like, wow, the fact that I ended up pulling over right in front of a tire shop without even knowing, because the truck that was across the street was blocking the tire shop. So I didn't know that that was the tire shop I was stopping in front of. It just happened. Then, now I'm driving and I'm thinking to myself, oh, you know what? This is where the tire story comes in. I hope this is recording right, because this is too much talking for it not to have been recording. I'm thinking to myself, you know what? Let me go to the tire guy. His house is fast approaching. I know that he has gas because I saw him put gasoline in his compressor, right? Let's go there. Maybe he can sell me some gas. He can charge me whatever he wants. Maybe these people think that I'm crazy and I'm talking to myself because I don't have headphones on and I'm just talking in the car. But maybe I'm talking to my Bluetooth, or maybe I'm talking to myself. I am in my vehicle after all. Even if I weren't, sorry guys, even if I were not in my vehicle and I was just walking and talking to myself, I've seen a lot of people talk to themselves. Why are people, I feel like I'm being raped. Why am I not allowed to just talk and not be distracted when I'm talking, regardless of who I'm talking to? Back to the story. I do go to this guy's house. I make it there with my gas, and he is out there awake and working. And I say, oh, my friend, my car still works. Thank you very much. I have a new problem. I am out of gas. Sell me some gas, please. He said, oh, it's about 40 minutes from here. I'm like, do you have any to sell me? He doesn't really understand I feel like a lot of non-English speakers understand more English than they themselves maybe have confidence to believe. Because I've had so many it's one of my favorite things to do, to have an English conversation with somebody who tells you they don't speak English. I will not force them to, but if push comes to shove and we end up talking for whatever reason, I usually find out that they speak or understand, we understand each other more than they thought they did. Maybe it's a confidence thing. So I'm like, okay, dude, sell me your gas. Now I don't know if he doesn't understand or what, because I did see him with gas. But having worked as a truck driver, I remember that we would put diesel inside the car, inside the truck, and we would put a different diesel into the trailer. And they would tell us, I don't know if it was different, but they told us it was different, and you can't just put any. I mean, I feel like if the cars are moving, sorry, side note, I feel like if we're waiting here at the border for so long and the cars start moving, the last thing you ought to be doing if you're trying to make money out of me is to try and stop me when I finally move, so that you can sell me the same thing the last 15 guys were selling. Fuck off. Sorry. I say this with all due respect and with love, because my mom sells things on the side of the road all our lives, so we did that too, and I still kind of do that because I run an eBay store, but still do not harass people. I'm not okay with that. That's all. That's my point. I don't care about people making money. I've tipped every person I've talked to here who's helped me with directions, served me in a restaurant, put gas in my car. I've tipped every single person. I'm all about love and respect and supporting people. But I deserve the same back. Do not piss me off. So the guy basically refused. I said to him, I saw you putting gas in your thing yesterday. Can you please? And he said, gasoline for me, yes. Gasoline for you, no. I mean, he wasn't being rude. He was trying to make me understand what he's saying. Because if you think you're going to say, maybe, perhaps, by any means whatsoever, if you're saying all of that like this guy's not going to walk away until I say yes or no. Anyway, I guess silence is consent, but I'm not silent. Sorry, guys. I hope this is going to make sense because I'm so pissed. I probably have to edit it, but probably not. Actually, I probably won't even post it. Probably just venting as usual. So, oh, shit. Oh, no. What is that lane over there? Oh, please, Lord, don't tell me. What is that lane? Just please, whatever you do not tell me I'm on the global warming lane. What is GH? Global. No. What's the GH? Holy shit. I'm trying to figure out. Let me see. Internet. Because now all of a sudden I see like 3 other lanes. Ah, shit. There's nobody. I'm probably gonna get out of my car and go ask somebody else. But the other lanes seem to be moving fast, so I hope that I'm on the regular slow lane. Let me tell you what. I hope you will learn something out of this or learn what not to do. I hope those are the right lanes and I'm on the right lane too. Because yeah, everybody else is moving so fast. I would, God forbid. There's no signs that say do this, don't do that, or whatever. I'm so tempted now to go and ask somebody. Hold on. Oh, thank God. I was like, wait. I was like, shit, I'm gonna get a ticket. That's fast and that's fast. What is that? But it's also normal. Like us. It looks like it. Which one is easy? They say easy is fast. I don't know. I mean, I'm here now, obviously. So you say this one? No, they say. Oh, I see what you're saying. Yeah. One of the before I let you go, please. I am doing here for local. They said I think you might need to be here. You know how that works. You have to stop after I go there. No, they said as long as you come, even if you fly in, as long as you hope you're wrong. Oh no. There's nowhere to stop. Yeah, everybody gets checked, right? So everybody, I will get to them with me. My first time driving. Okay, so they will come. Okay, I'll ask somebody. I really appreciate you coming to me. Thank you. Thank you. Wow. Timing, right? Oh, I forgot I'm doing a recording here. No, apparently I'm on the right line. Yes. Thank you. feel like it's an energy thing too, right? About sometimes, like if I'm kind of in a mood, which usually I'm nice to people, everybody, but sometimes I'm just like, oh, and then, you know, when you're not nice to someone and then you feel bad afterwards, but it's too late. They already passed, not passed like died, but like you already passed them. Sometimes I think to myself, I came across so many people, and some of them got a smile, some got acknowledgement, and some didn't. And I'm like, it's interesting. It probably has. I'm not trying to take away responsibility for my actions, but I'm saying sometimes I think it's probably like an energy thing where maybe also they attracted the kind of energy they got back. You see what I'm saying? Anyway, so yeah, the guy basically refused to give me his gasoline, which I understand. I mean, I understand, even though I'm being biased to myself, but I do understand, and I do have to respect his wishes. They say when you ask somebody and they say no, don't beg them, because when you do beg, you are being disrespectful of their wishes. They've already told you no. And I get that, because I don't like when people beg me after I said no, like you made up your mind, you said no. So I'm thinking, you know what, he doesn't want to drive 40 minutes to get gas for himself because he sold gas, but he could have charged me any price he wanted. I feel like if he were maybe more of a businessman or a hustler, not to take away from his business skills, I feel like someone else probably would have charged me, I don't know, $100 or whatever. I don't know, whatever they could get. But also I wondered, did he think that I was just asking him to give me some of his gas? It doesn't matter at this point because I left. He did connect me to his Wi-Fi yesterday, right? He did connect me to his Wi-Fi. So while I was there, I quickly reconnected myself to his Wi-Fi. I didn't want to be like, hey, can I have your Wi-Fi? Thank you. I didn't want to be like, hey, I know you just said no to this. I asked for his restroom as well. He has like one of his outside toilet is one of those on the ground toilet. But I grew up with those, so that's neither here nor there. And it's cleaner than a lot of potty potters, whatever, that I used when I was a taxi driver. So I appreciated it. There were cobwebs on the door. Well, there's no door. It's just open. There were cobwebs on the door, and I'm like, I probably was the only person to use it the day before, yesterday. Anyway, he let me use his toilet. I wasn't going to ask him for his, can I use your internet as well? Like, he's 18 years old. Come on. And I'm like 50 years old at this point, more or less. So I turn on his Wi-Fi and I double check the nearest gas station. It says 28 miles. And then now I just added the 4th or 5th store to all the stops. It's still this 4th or 5th stop to all the stops I told you about earlier. Then I drive and I put my phone keeps dying. I've been charging my phone. It's a whole nother story. And my big belly touched the touch screen, exited the GPS. And I lost all my locations. I don't know how far the nearest gas station is. I know how to get to the Chinese place. That's the only GPS that's working. Right? Duh. That was the only freaking GPS that worked. I was like, you have got to be kidding, but I'll be fine once I get there. I just need to get somewhere. So I was okay with just driving to the Chinese place. But first I needed to know, I needed some sense of security of knowing how far the gas station is gonna be, because at this point, like I said, I'm not at 30 mile, like that last gallon. I'm at nothing. And the road is uphill all the way the last hour and a half. And I keep driving, says 50 minutes to the Chinese place. I'm thinking, shit, I don't know how far in the city the Chinese place is. You know, drive. If this is it to cross the border, it was fast, I think. Because I am 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, maybe 12 cars from the officer. But like our lane is not moving. They're letting other guys in first. So I'm 12 lanes from the officer at the actual border, and I've been here for less than 30 minutes. So if that's it, at this hour being, I got here 2, let's say, and now it's 2:27. So I pulled over to cut a long story short, I pulled over at two people's houses, random people who had businesses that included tractors and trucks and lots of vehicles. I was like, these people, if they live so far from the gas station, look like people who would have their own tank of gasoline somewhere. So I went in there. This is somebody who doesn't want to be human trafficked, but I'm going into people, I'm trespassing, asking these people to sell me gas. But I don't even know if they understand me, to be honest. Maybe they think I'm just asking for gas. I don't know, but I didn't get any gas from these people, and I kept driving. It got to a point where I said to myself, you know what? From now on, I found a gas station. And I was like, I can't believe this is happening. I found it after I said to myself, from now on, let me work on my energy to just make it to a gas station. Because the tire guy said it's 40 minutes away. The first people I asked from their house told me 50 minutes away, 10 minutes after I left the 40-minute guy. So now we just added more time. We added 20 minutes. And then the next people said 20 minutes. That was about 10 minutes later. So now these people and the 40-minute guy are correlating. Then I just drove. And 5 minutes later, I found a gas station. And I was like, oh my God, my wishes worked. I found a gas station. I was so excited. I crossed a freeway in a place where I drove opposite direction of how I was supposed to drive. Oh. Good afternoon, sir. Where do I go for global entry interview?
I do not know.
Where were you directing me? Any one of these. Thank you. Thank you, sir. So, this fucking guy's like, I don't know. Probably somewhere in there. I guess that's fair enough. Did I take the right lane? Oh, buyer's remorse. Now I'm like, I feel like I'm at a Costco. At a Costco gas station where you pick a line and then you're like, did I pick the right line? Because you know you're going to be there for like at least 10 hours because you want to save 5 cents per gallon. I'm trying to take a photo and probably people hate this. Am I the only one when I'm taking a photo of something and I know people are going to be mad, which I hate, but sometimes if I really want to take that photo, and so then you smile and pretend like you're taking a selfie, but you're not taking a selfie. Your camera's actually facing them. Am I the only one who does that? Anyway, so I hope they do this interview that you overheard me talking about, because I really need it to be done today so that I'm not on this slow lane next time. Oh, the police are surrounding his car. I've watched those shows, those border shows. I wish the police would come to me so I can talk to them, actually. I feel like I would be like a target because I'm a black lady in a little red Fiat car by myself driving from Mexico. I've thought about this and I was like, having watched all these shows, sometimes they go to the least expected person. All the odds that are adding up, the stereotype person who would be driving this car is not me. The stereotypical person who will be coming from Mexico, I don't know if it's someone who looks like me or not, but I'm by myself and now I'm talking to myself. So that's also interesting. I wish my window. I need to talk to these officers. But I hope someone can come here and talk to me. Excuse me, officer. Excuse me. I have a global entry upon arrival interview, please. I would like to do, they told me, they said I can do one at this border upon arrival back into the U.S. for global entry.
Global entry?
What do you
like
have Sentry.
Yes.
I have a conditional. So they said upon arrival back into the country, I can do it at the Calexico border.
We have the other one. That's where they do the Sentry and stuff.
What's the other one?
It's on the other side of the port of entry.
What is this? Is this Calexico?
Calexico and Calexico East and Calexico West.
I did hear east.
What
I did hear
what
that.
paperwork
How
do you
do I?
have?
No, I don't have, because it just says conditionally approved, and then they say wherever you're coming
Oh,
from,
yeah.
go to. Is it far from here? Because I feel like
About
it's
5
worth it.
miles.
Can I just go there? Would I be allowed coming from? I don't know how that works now.
You would probably be able to go there down Highway 98 is straight through, like 5 miles.
It's
from
on
here.
Car Road, right? C-A-R-R.
Car Road, huh?
Yeah, that's the
the
address I
one.
have on my
Oh,
thing.
yeah, so it's on the other side.
Okay, thank you very much.
No problem.
Man, I'm gonna have to edit this. If I ever decide to post this, this is the one I'm gonna have to edit. It's way too much information. Oh my God. So this is not the right place, but you know what? I'm in America. But almost tempted not to even. Oh, I'm sweating like a pig. Okay, pay attention now. I feel like I'm at my truck stop at this weighing station. Go to that stop. I hope I'm doing the right thing. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm gonna ask this guy the exact same question. Oh, sweating like a pig. I could turn on my AC, but the air that comes in is hot. So, just wasting gas. For what reason? Good afternoon.
Hello, good afternoon. How are you?
Not too bad. How are you, sir?
I'm great. I'm great. Thanks for asking.
May I ask another question?
Go ahead.
No, you go first. You look like you were about to ask.
No, go ahead.
Okay, so I applied for the global entry,
Uh-huh.
and they said conditionally approved. Upon entry back into the U.S., I may go for an interview at one of the crossings.
So they should. So you. The thing is that with those, that means that you have one available. But if you go online, it should tell you when your interview is, though.
No,
And if it hasn't, then you need to call.
no, you can do that.
Uh-huh.
Or if you leave the country before your interview date,
Uh-huh.
upon entry, I was supposed to go to Car Road, Car Street.
Cargo, the east.
So
the
this
east
is not
port.
you.
This is the west port, right? So that's why. So you.
Am I allowed to drive there from the inside?
Oh yeah.
I'm not going to get arrested. I can't be deported, sir.
No,
You can tell I have an accent.
You're LPR. Yeah, you're LPR though, so you're good. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? Yeah.
So, okay, I have the
now,
address
once you-
in my
now
map.
that you're in,
Mm-hmm.
Now you just got to put the 1699 East Car Road.
Okay, I'm going to
1699
memorize that
East Car
again.
Road.
Yes.
So this is the west, so that's the east, and then that's the central office over on that side. It's not on that side, but yeah, if that's what they send you, then I would go and do that immediately.
Oh,
while you
yeah.
have time, you know what I mean?
Do they close, by the way?
Yes, they do.
What time?
But no, Cynthia is at 6, right?
Okay, so I'll make it.
So you
Okay,
have time. You
I'll
still
make
have
it.
time. You know what I mean? Anything coming back today?
Chinese
Food,
food.
alcohol, time. Any
You gonna?
medicine,
Can I
anything
eat
like
it?
that? Yeah, go ahead.
Can I cross with my food?
Yes.
Good. I'm so hungry. No, nothing else. I just went for one day to go to the beach.
Oh, gotcha. Well, enjoy it. Hopefully, like I said, good luck on everything with the
Thank you
Cynthia,
very
okay?
much. Nice to meet you, sir.
Nice to meet you.
Okay, so secondary. Wait, is that a? I don't know. I don't know. I feel like I don't want to make a mistake and go and try and cross somewhere again and end up where I'm not supposed to put me. Why can't we cross here? I always wonder about this kind of stuff. Why is we using just one? It's gonna be interesting to listen to this because a lot of it is just me thinking out loud. So I will know the kinds of thoughts I had, and there's a lane that's open here. Let me see. I think this. Just FYI, according to the internet, I did hear that the east side of Calexico Mexicali border is usually faster. But I had my own problems. Otherwise, my intention was to go there. And it turns out here on my GPS, it's still trying to direct me. I guess it's directing me to the one I was intending to go to and ended up not going to. I can't believe they have 1, 2, 3, 4 lanes merging into one lane. And there's not an officer here to control this. Do I sound like a Karen? Oh well. Too bad. I don't care. I'm a taxpayer, so fuck it. Oh my god, I'm sweating like a pig. This guy's been letting everybody in. He should go. See? I'm Mike. I'm Ike. I'm nice. I'm Ike. Turn up. Eat the cake. Oh, there is an officer. There's a military dude. All the the motorcycle dudes are just freewheeling their way in. I just appreciate that there is an officer here who's wearing so many layers of clothing at 96 degrees Fahrenheit, to be specific. Oh, good, I have the right direction in my GPS, and I have internet. Welcome to America. Can I go? I'm not even gonna ask this lady. He looked pissed as hell. She looked pissed. I'm gonna let this guy go as if I'm a gentleman, but I'm actually cutting in front of somebody myself. Hate the play, hate the game. I'm coming across quite a bitch on this episode. So yeah, I found a gas station and I went in and I was like, oh my god, my visualization worked. I'm amazing. I am a master manifestor. Thank you so much. I crossed on the wrong direction freeway and I went into the gas station and I was bouncing. And I was like, is this really happening? I literally said that out loud. Is this really happening? And it wasn't. I asked the lady, can I use credit card to pay for gasoline? She said, gasoline? No. I was like, no! I literally screamed so loud. I was like, please don't tell me that. And I said, how far is the next gas station? She said 15 minutes. I was like, that tracks, right? Because it's only 5 minutes since the 20-minute person. So, oh my god. Someone let me in my little car, please. Thank you. Promise I'm a better driver than I look. So I got back on the freeway and I had to just pray and I had to think, okay, the fact that you came across a false what is it called? Fake news gas station, false alarm gas station means you're getting even closer to where you're going, and therefore getting warmer, right? Getting warmer. So before I knew it, maybe even it felt like 7.5 minutes. I hope this lady officer is gonna realize that I've been waiting here longer and I'm burning. I don't expect people to remember me, but I'm burning and I'm just asking for mercy. Oh, this guy remembers, thank God. You're amazing. There's nothing that makes my veg moist. Thank you. Nothing that makes me more moist than somebody who's watching the line telling people, thank you. Telling people, no, that person was here first. Right? Even in the store, when they open a new thing, next customer here, and then the person who's not in line goes, and the person doesn't care, and they're just like, how are you doing today? And you just want to pull their throat out of their neck. Right? But if somebody's like, no, late, ma'am, or they don't say next in line, they just say, ma'am, I'll help you next. Thank you. And they're like, ma'am, I'll help you next. And I'm like, oh my God, thank you. So yeah, sometimes if somebody does that, maybe because I'm always watching, but I'm not always right. Sometimes people cut in front of me. They don't care if you're watching or not. They don't give a fuck. So if I happen to go first, and then the person behind me who I was likely chatting with the whole time ends up being cut in front of because they're nice, obviously the fact that they were talking to me, they must be nice. Thank you. So if that happens and they cut in front of the person behind me, I'll tell the person behind me to come and go in front of me. Now you're still number 3 in line, asshole. Sorry. Sometimes I try to be a better person, but sometimes, you know, they go low, you go lower, according to that guy from Flint, Michigan.
Have you been here before?
No, ma'am.
Okay. You're just gonna wait for the green arrow on top, and then you're gonna go 5 miles an hour and wait on the other side.
Thank you very much. 5 miles and wait on the other side. This is like the weigh station by at the truck place where they weigh the weight. Sorry, I'm talking like I don't know what the hell. So anyway, yeah, usually even there you wait until the light is green, and then you go at 5 miles per hour. Maybe I am a professional driver. That's what my job was when I was a truck driver. Anyway, I do look like I'm talking to myself. This officer is standing next to me. I'm talking to myself. Anyway, I made it to the second gas station, and that was the one that worked. The guy was nice. They were cleaning restrooms. Everybody was nice. I tipped my gas station guy. They accepted my credit card. Everything went so well. I was so relieved and so happy. And then I drove to the Chinese place. I found a tiny, teeny, tiny parking spot where oh my god. I think that's me. I'll stop talking now because I look like a crazy person.
Alright, don't
Thank
stop or slow down, okay? Just 5 miles.
5 miles. I want to turn off the recording because this phone is too hot. It's not working. That's why I just keep talking. It's still recording anyway. Thank you. Is this 2nd Street, ma'am? Perfect. Thanks so much. Can I get a stamp, please? Golly. Turn right only. Oh, now I need my GPS. Please work. You've been talking over me.
Turn right,
Okay.
then turn left.
Oh, and then turn left. Shoot. Oh my god, I'm back in America. Thank God.
Turn left onto Imperial Avenue.
Into what? Okay, well, so that's... Welcome to the United States. Oh, I love this. Try to take a screenshot of it worked. I don't think I got it. It says, welcome to the United States of America. Oh, I got it. Yay! One of my favorite things. As an immigrant in this country, one of my favorite things is crossing the border and hearing the officer say, welcome home. I wish the people in South Africa would say welcome home too when I cross that border. That would be nice. I feel like being here before. I have not. Oh my god, I'm back in America. Oh my god, I'm driving California.
Continue on Imperial Avenue for 3